Thanks for clicking on the memory section. If you've just finished watching the Rube Goldberg video, you would know that failure is often an important process for us in our learning. Sometimes when we fail, it actually helps us to remember things later. I'd like to watch a quick video right now on how memory works. In 1885, Hermann Imbignes collected data to create a plot of forgetting, or what we call the forgetting curve. He gave himself some nonsense words to learn and memorize. The forgetting curve hypothesizes the decline of memory retention over time. This curve shows how information is lost over time when there's no attempt to retain it or remember it. A typical graph of the forgetting curve displays that humans tend to lose half of their newly learned knowledge in a matter of days or weeks unless they consciously review the learned material. If you take a look, after 30 days, we have only retained about 21 or 25% of what we had learned in our initial exposure. Well, how can students combat the curve of forgetting? Repeated retrieval is your key. Every time you review information, ideas, or concepts in class, you're bringing it up to the surface again. Every time you go home to study, you're retrieving that information. It's better if there's a little bit of time between your learning and your retrieval, when you've had time to forget it a little bit, so that you have to work a little harder each time to retrieve it. Obviously, you have to schedule homework in a way that works for you around your schedule, but having a break between class and homework is ideal, and reviewing often will help decrease your curve of forgetting. Let's try an activity. A lot of students tell me that just reading over their notes is how they review or they study. In actuality, this is not the best way to study for a test. Get out your pencil and your piece of paper now to try this activity. I'm going to give you about 20 seconds to see how many words you're going to be able to remember from the next screen. Are you ready? Go. Okay, now get out your paper and your pencil and write down as many of the words from our previous screen that you can remember. Okay, did you get 5, 10, 15, all 20? Probably not. Now let's consider if I were to put the words up like this. Look at the words again and notice how they've been organized. Does this make it easier to remember? Imagine we were to do the same activity that I gave you 20 seconds and then asked you to recall the words. I'll assume this time that you could remember more words than last. Hopefully,